we are getting excited. We're getting closer and closer to kick-off here at Kilburn Sportsplex. Welcome to round 9 of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. West Adelaide versus Flinders United is the fixture that we're counting down to here. Simon Jimenez with you tonight. Theo Milonis will be joining us as well. Couple big ins for West Adelaide as the transfer window is open. Few wins for Flinders United as well, and they've named wholesale changes to their squad ahead of this game tonight. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting, and of course we'll keep you up to date with all the other games happening concurrently, as well as the ones that have finished up a little bit earlier tonight as well. So please join us a couple of minutes before kickoff, and we'll have a look at the starting 11s.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
The sound of Opus's Live is Life are ringing out across Kilburn Sportsplex, which can only mean one thing. Welcome to round 9 of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. Tonight, West Adelaide host Flinders United. Simon Jimenez and Theo Milonis on the call. Before we talk more about the match that we all came to see, a quick look at the table before the commencement of round 9. West Adelaide, 7 points clear at the top. 8 wins from 8. Salisbury Inter, West Torrens Macalla and Adelaide Comets occupy 2nd to 4th with 5 wins each. Flinders United, on the other hand, the only way is up. Metro Stars and Modbury Vista each sitting on 6 points. They're in 8th and 9th. I say the only way is up, but at season's end it'll be a different story, and at the moment Flinders United sit in that relegation place. Let's have a quick look at the starting lineups for these two teams. West Adelaide, just one change made by Costa since last week's comfortable 3-0 win away at Campbelltown City in the Apex Steel WNPL WSL Cup. In comes Piper Cosgrove into the lineup, a huge in. Lauriane Renault comes out to make way, and Flinders United, some pretty dramatic changes during the week. 6 changes all up made by head coach Justin Evans. Their last fixture was just over a week ago, where they travelled away to Jack Smith Park, where they suffered a heavy 5-0 loss to West Torrens Macalla. Not going to go through all the ins because there's a lot of them, to be perfectly honest, but Amy Benson, Claudia Adicott, Leslie Quegniat and Nicole Hobbs are among the big ins. Our officials tonight, Cameron Joy, Taylor Vanderhoeven and Tomo Caddy. It's the final match to kick off tonight for the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia, so we're going to talk about the live ladder throughout the matches tonight and also give you an update on how the other games that started a little bit earlier eventuated. Again, Simon Jimenez and Theo Milonis keeping you company for the next 90 minutes of football. Theo, how are you?
Oh, great, mate. Yeah, can't think of stop thinking of Maradona. And before that, Gene Simmons.
Exactly. Well, I guess Guns N' Roses got shortchanged. They got cut off for Kiss, but you know, there's some Kiss fans amongst us here at Kilburn Sportsplex, so that's just the way it has to be.
Absolutely. Kiss all the way.
And we're underway here tonight. Flinders United in the dark blue kits, kicking to the right of your screen. We mentioned before in the intro a few of the players that that came into the side. Some stalwarts, I guess, returning to the lineup. It's all happening at the moment with players on the move, including Piper Cosgrove that comes into the lineup for West Adelaide as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Piper has been coming off the bench the last couple of weeks. I just had a chat to her dad. She gets a start today, so she'll be happy. Renault drops to the bench. Costa's got a very balanced team. Lots of players coming in and out and making a huge difference when required. So it is difficult to break into that first 11, and when you get an opportunity, you've actually got to take it with both hands, or else you find yourself some more time on the pine.
It's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the other one that we've got to mention is the unbelievable Abby Burns. She'll hopefully we get to see her tonight. She literally just came back in last week, so yeah, graced us with her beauty and her footballing class on the pitch. So you'll see it at some stage this year.
And we just saw first touch from Amy Benton a moment ago, which is a new face for this season, I guess, for Flinders United between the sticks. She's been travelling overseas. I believe there was some football, at least what I could see. That there weren't any announcements from Flinders United on the website, so it was a little bit of a scramble once we did see the starting 11 to find out, you know, who's who, and some were faces that we haven't seen for a little bit. But yeah, as I understand it, Amy Benton playing some college football in the States, or college soccer, as they call it.
Soccer. Yeah, oh, great chance there by Ali Sparrow, great ball in. Yeah, so Westies have a pretty strong squad, strong starting 11. You know, yeah, they're really good in lots of different facets, and but I can tell you they won't be taking this game easy. And look, Flinders are going to have to improve, and you know, won't say much, but try and get a point today would be pretty big if they can, or if not, getting a respectable scoreline. So yeah.
A bit of a half chance there from distance from Nicole Blacker, but not to trouble Amy Benson too much. I want to talk about a play that you already touched on, which was Abby Burns, because she's got something in common with the Flinders United keeper that we mentioned before, having come back from the US. And she was with UAB Athletics and played in Division 1 in the NCAA in the US. So given how comprehensive their college system is, to be at the highest level in the NCAA Division 1, that's huge. And, you know, we've seen how much of an impact in the women's and men's game those returning players have made. So
they must be doing something right there. You know, the women's program is quite often a lot of young Australian girls go there and play on scholarships when possible, and the opportunity to play football and study, if you think about it, is a great opportunity. So why not take it? Then you come back and give it back to the local league. So I'll stop talking for a second.
Exactly. Here's a chance for Flinders United building here, but it's quickly cut off by West Adelaide, and an elite training environment from what I hear there as well. It's safe to say it's a step up from NPL and WNPL here. You got, I've had a look at some college tours of some of these campuses. It's incredible what the players there have available to them. It's very, very impressive as this one goes out. It'll be a West Adelaide throw-in.
Yeah, and the front three of Westies today, Macri on the right, Tills on the left, and Nina being Nina as a 9. Supported by Maddie Wright and Ellie Sparrow, and Notto playing as a 6. So yeah, that's very familiar, but yeah, don't take anything for granted, Westies. Hayley's on the ball now, so.
Cross comes in. There's the chance, and we're off the mark already.
There you go.
There's the first.
1-0 it is.
And we are enthusiastic because we've seen a goal, but yeah. It's just got to announce really quickly, so yeah.
So we're midway through conversation there too, but yeah, we're off the mark pretty early stage. I think one other thing we're thinking as well is it's natural to go into this match and nobody's taken a point from West Adelaide so far this year, not a single point.
Well, I try to be fair or sit on the but I understand.
Yeah.
Look, they are an exceptional team, but you know, yeah, that's all I'll say because I can't say too much without being silly. So I'll just sit clearly on the fence. Great goal by Ellie Sparrow. She just finished it then, and I'll quickly move on.
Well, it does set the stage for Flinders United to do something pretty remarkable if they can be the team to take it. And they have to take points. It doesn't matter who it's against.
Yeah.
3 points are 3 points. A point is a point. So it'll be so valuable to them if they can add 1 to their tally. Of course, they've only got 1 point so far this year, and
yeah,
a couple of other sides just struggling above them in Metro Stars and Mobry Vista. So if they can get a little bit of a wriggle on and get things starting to happen, and you know, even jump a position in the next couple of weeks, that'll be absolutely massive for them as they clear.
Yeah, I think there's been also a positional change on the park as well. I think Bianca Gray, who normally plays as defenders, actually playing in the middle of the park. So there's clearly a change. I haven't been following the Flinders games this year. Probably should have, but there's a slight change there. Going back to Westies, they really, and then I'll be quiet because Nina's on the ball.
Let's just try and open up a little bit of space. She has a runner there in Macri, and it's 2-0.
That's Ellie Sparrow.
Ellie Sparrow.
Great play, West Adelaide. Ellie Sparrow has her second.
Brace
And the score
at an early stage.
Yeah, look, Flinders have lost the last 5, obviously conceding 8 against Inter, 5 against Berks. Haven't started off very well here against extremely talented Westies squad. Nina might not be scoring as many goals, but if you just watch what she does off the ball, her assist, her vision, she creates space. You know, the West Adelaide girls coming from behind really know, and just that vision there to play that ball is just another level.
Well, she's still doing all right in the goal tally. She's got 8 to her name so far this year. Of course, she was Golden Boot last year, Shirley Brown medalist, which is pretty incredible. And it's just such a solid team behind her. West Adelaide as well, so well drilled. Costa Jaric has done such a great job with them.
Yeah, look, Costa and his whole coaching group, they're just...
This comes in, and that time Amy Benson deals with it.
Yeah, they're just got to be ruthless. And they have been to many teams, so like I said, they will not. They won't take anybody for granted. They'll literally put their foot to the bottom. Costa's expectation is, we play against the best teams every week, and I expect you to play the best every week. So that's what you're seeing so far, and hopefully for Westies it continues, and hopefully for Flinders it doesn't, because it could be a little bit disappointing. But let's just allow the game play out.
Yeah, plenty of time to go still for maybe some surprises to be in store for us, and momentarily there Flinders United come forward.
Yeah.
I guess that's a bit of a challenge for a coach as well when you are dominating, just to keep a positive attitude, because I mean you're the hunted, aren't you? At the end of the day, everyone's looking for you, and there's some very good teams in Comets, Inter, West Torrens, Bacala, and I'm not sure where we are with announcements for some of the players that have come in. Of course, a few played today. So yeah, well, Campbelltown, we saw their late run last year, so it's yeah, things may be getting a lot closer in the second half of the year. So then on the flip side, maybe it does provide a little bit more incentive for Flinders United to get a bit of a wriggle on as this throw comes in from Annika Nielsen.
Yeah, look, in relation to Flinders, get a goal. You break the game up into quarters. What are you doing in the first half of the first half? What are you doing in the second half? The first half of the second half. So literally break games up into quarters. What are we aiming for? Structurally, what are we doing? It's okay to say you want to be defensive, but when there's a defensive error, it sort of kills everything. So, it's literally minds paying attention to every single little facet. And, that's people say Westies this, Westies that, but it's a mindset. And Costa and a lot of these girls, start from the captain too. It's like, she's an exceptional leader. Her mindset is, you know what, I'm playing against the best players every week. They're gonna deny me space, and she has the right mindset. So.
Nicole Hobbs, one of the players that makes her return to the 11 tonight, cuts in, opening up a little bit of space, and she takes a shot from well outside. Aaron Murphy won't be too troubled by it, but good to see them opening up a bit of an opportunity, and one of the new players coming in to have a bit of an early impact. Going to what we were saying before, West Adelaide aren't, of course, without monkeys on their back, because we know at finals time last year there was that, I guess, disappointment that they didn't make it to the grand final and win as well. So again, you've got to make sure that you're reinforcing that that mindset. As that one's cut off from Nina Yamada and put out.
It's saying that I was part of the coaching group the last couple of years, and prior to that at the Comets, and they said, you can't win in finals, you can't do this, you can't do that. But people forget that Westies have won cup finals and have undefeated basically the last year except for the finals. I know what people are going to say in this country. You got to win the final game. But look, they've been untouchable. They're going to continue doing it. And now with me not in the coaching box, I reckon they might be pretty strong.
West Adelaide on the march again, comes in central and scramble to deal with it there, and eventually Flinders United do. The thing with me for the finals thing, and I absolutely agree with what you're saying, but I've never met a player that is ever happy to lose.
No, absolutely.
Especially from West Adelaide too.
I know. I understand.
They love winning so much.
Yeah,
that I know that one just, is the sort of thing, as much as they can be really proud of the achievements, and it's massive.
Yeah, I understand.
There's always that one, isn't there?
Yeah, look, being a past player, you always look back on your career and you say, you know what, I'll play my whole career, I didn't win anything. I mean, these girls have won lots of things. That last day in September or August, whenever it is, I'll be quiet for a second.
Ball comes in, Yamada gets her head to it, and then Amy Benton seems to be pretty comfortable with dealing with that.
Yeah, you want to try to be successful then, but it's in finals it's moments, and that was my feedback. Throughout the season they had moments and they stepped up and they took those moments. In the finals, they didn't take those moments, and that's what it is. You got some elite teams. Inter have improved vastly, winning 2-1.
Yamada, she can't keep it in. Amy Benton being pretty active in these first moments.
Yeah, she might be scoring in the top 3 today as best players, but the way it continues going. But so basically it's moments, and any male or female football player in any sport, or in fact in any sport, will tell you sometimes in those crunch games, it's the finals who can actually stand up and be that point of difference, you know. So
yeah, it's a different type of match as this comes in from West Adelaide. West Adelaide managed to win the header, but ends up going over, and Flinders United maybe get away with one there.
yeah, that was nearly a Gemma special. Westies do spend some time with the, on their set pieces, and Robson, one of the assistant goalkeeper coaches, does have a fair bit to do with all of that. So Gemma does tend to get ahead to a lot of set pieces, sometimes her feet. So Gemma McFarlane.
Doesn't matter which limb it is, if it ends up in the back of the net, so
yep,
it's a win. Sent long by Benton, and it's West Adelaide that win it initially as well. Again, there's Cosgrove having some involvement as it's sent long by Costanzo. Now it's right on the break, but she's cut off.
Yeah, I must also mention Hayley Wellington and Maddie Wright. If you saw Costa and Owen giving flowers out, they were giving it for their 100th game today. So well done, girls. Congratulations. So young to have 100 games. Testament to the program and the wizardry of.
Blackett sends it across, and again that time it hits the post from West Adelaide, and once more Flinders United, bit of a get out of jail free card.
The wizardry of the NTC, can't call it the NTC, the Football SA
development program.
Yep.
State Development Squad, is that the official name now?
Yeah, the coaching group there, they do a great job. They do a great job.
Now it's Flinders United on the break. Palu in the middle, will she get a foot to it? Not before it's cleared out. I was having a conversation with someone during the week, and I was talking about one of the differences between the women's game and the men's game locally, and just how young some of the players are in the Apex Steel NPLSA. And I think it can be maybe challenging at times, because especially when you've got a 15-year-old, sometimes there can be a fairly stark difference in strength and size and experience as well. But it's so incredible to see, like when there's a really, really young player, sometimes as young as 14 years old, being competitive with these seasoned players, plenty with A-League experience. We mentioned before some that have been overseas as well.
Body awareness, and their body's mature and they're ready for it. So, yeah.
I want to talk in a moment about one of those products of that squad, but for now, West Adelaide march forward. Blackett gets a bit of help from Cosgrove, who sends the cross in, but doesn't ultimately make it to its target. Here's Bolton. Dispossessed by Noto, but wins it back.
Yeah, Flinders you work so hard to get that ball, you've actually got to look after it a little bit better.
Another chance here for West Adelaide. Sent goalward, and a touch gets to it, and still 2-0 despite.
Nina's, that was a great move once again. Noto locked it out wide to Macri. Macri, beautiful ball across. Nina, being Nina, she literally top corner. Unfortunately, it was too close to the top corner. And yeah, it still stays 2-0.
What can Flinders United do with, I guess, a bit of a lifeline they've been served over the last 5 minutes? Still 2-0 is the score on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. And of course, we thank Apex Steel, naming right sponsor of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia, and the Women's State League, and even the Cup as well. So getting back to the female game, what I was going to mention before about products of the state system, Alona Meleg with the call up to the Matildas.
Yeah.
And you talk about 17 years of age. Apparently she doesn't turn 18 until July. Became the first choice keeper for Adelaide United this year. And now she's going to be potentially representing Australia against Mexico with the 2 friendlies coming up in June. So massive opportunity for her, and bright future ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember Westie's playing against the Stella Gems, and she played, and I can remember her having an absolute cracking game, and thinking, the boys were, Costa and Owen was saying, how good is how good is she? You know, her feet are great. Her understanding. She's so young. So.
Amy Benson.
So yeah,
Comfortably to her hands again, and her brother's a goalkeeper as well.
good pedigree.
Is he with Sturt?
He's with Sturt. Yeah.
Sturt, yeah. I remember he was playing in the State League 1 Grand Final last year. I couldn't remember if it was on the West Adelaide side or Sturt side. So.
Yeah, and I'm not a weirdo following the Malik family, but I did a game with Taubes at Sturt, and he said, "Oh, Malik," and he was talking to me about the goalkeepers. So I'm definitely no authority on goalkeepers, but clearly Taubes is a lot better than I am. So in many different facets. So I just took his advice and said, "Yep, okay, no worries. If she's that good, I'll take your advice."
If you're getting praise from Mark Talbot, that's a pretty good thing, I've got to say. I've heard him offline, and he can be full of praise when the keeper deserves it, and when they're not so,
yeah,
he'll let you know about it too. So
absolutely,
it's but no, incredible achievement, and congratulations to her for the call up. And we've got a really early substitution here coming for Flinders United.
The favourite name that you'd like to pronounce?
God,
here we go.
Leslie Quegunier.
Okay.
Quegunier.
I'm glad you are saying that, not me.
Now, as we quickly move on from that,
yeah.
I actually had her on the starting 11, but she's obviously just come on now. So it's I guess we had a bit of a late change from the starting lineup there, but here she is now anyway.
Yeah, she did. She was in the starting lineup last year. Obviously, she's either coming back from injury or new coach. New thoughts, lots of different facets. Things go behind the scenes that we don't know about, not privy to.
Yeah, she was in the big squad list that I saw from the start of the year as well. But I've called a few Flinders United games, and she hasn't played during those ones. But she's on now, and will be looking to make an impact as well. Right as Flinders United need it. Blackett slips it through, and it's. Goes over in the end, and it will be a kick.
Yeah, just that. You take that snippet of play there in a small, tight space. Maddie gives it across to Noto bangs it straight out. Tills. Any other player would have taken it, but she saw a run, Ellie Sparrow, and just passed it to her.
Another chance maybe here for West Adelaide as play goes down and it's cleared, but not completely out of danger yet. Another ball in. It's Blackett to do a little bit of cleaning up. Initially denied, she'll get another try. It takes another deflection. Now Wellington will try chase it down, but it's Flinders United that get to her first. Again, not out of danger though. And finally comes the shot, and Amy Bent will be happy that she's finally got it in her safe hands. I'm going to struggle tonight with these numbers on West Adelaide. They're a little bit hard to read at times, so I'm glad you know them well.
Yeah, I do a little bit. But that Ellie Sparrow could have had a hat trick right then. This goalkeeper and the posts have been quite excellent players for Flinders so far. So I can advise as best as I can, but I do have 4 eyes. So that does help.
I've got contacts in too, so I shouldn't really be. I shouldn't be able to make excuses.
Yeah, mine's just old age. It's. The Westies girls have started off well. Flinders girls, like I said, conceded too early. They seem to have stabilised back now. What can you do to stop the Westies girls? Well, keep the ball for a little bit longer is my suggestion. Don't burn it. And, switch on, because don't give them a snippet, because they will take it.
Just seems like they're dealing with them defensively at the moment, but yeah, if they spend too much time there, then inevitably these opportunities are going to keep racking up. Another chance for West Adelaide. Denied by Benson once again.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed there with Max. She won't like me saying that, but she could have taken a touch. She took it on her left foot, could have taken it on her right foot, got across the body. Costa will, I'm sure, Costa and Owen will cut that up and give her some feedback. Once again, a great move by Maddie.
They've had some tough matches in the last few weeks, have Flinders United. They had Salisbury into last round of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. As West Adelaide come forward. It's right with the ball at her feet. Now here comes the cross. Yamada's floating,
gracious.
and
That is a great, that's an excellent goal.
it almost took it too easily. She just collected it and just let it drop in the back of the net. So
well,
we have 3.
There you go. And I did an absolute cardinal sin there. I talked over the but it was an absolutely brilliant ball by Max. She made up for that missed opportunity by delivering an absolutely cracking ball. And Nina, being Nina, just make sure that it goes in, chesting it in, and making it 3-0.
Yeah, it was there for Nina to just make sure that she just saw it over, and now it's 3-0 the way of West Adelaide, and the clock reads 24 minutes. And Flinders United just having a little bit of a moment to regroup here, and this will be important for them because, again, given some of the heavy defeats that they've had in recent weeks, and then you concede early, then you just have to get the team to rally around and just make sure the mindset's positive as you go forward, because the game's not over yet. There's a lot to see out, and it's also about trying to win a little bit of confidence back, especially as we're not even halfway through the season yet. So
yeah, look, it's hard for me to say, and one thing I will say, and I won't go into too much detail, sometimes coaches get moved on too early or too late. It's hard to find that sweet spot, but quite often they're used as a scapegoat. This Flinders did lose goals in Rojas, and I don't think they replaced her well. But they were playing a different brand of football. Now Vicky Druma's not playing today. She's
not in the starting squad at all tonight, so
she could be injured. But yeah, so and it's quite difficult. And the coach is coming in. He wants to implement his new ideas, or it could be a female coach coming in implementing her new ideas, and it does take time. So, but these results can really hurt your confidence. And when it comes down to the nitty-gritty of a relegation battle, goals do count.
For sure, well put. And yeah, you made a good point there. I think when you get those results stack up, people straight away start look to point at something.
Yeah, and let's blame the coach.
Or the coaches, I think, always probably the first one you look at, and yeah.
I'm a coaches union type of person, so but it's easier to change a coach than to change 11 players, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. Well, we've seen a couple coaches on the move already. Flinders United, one of them. Comets in the men's NPL moved on as well. They just announced their new coach this week, and you know one thing for sure, it's not going to be the last of the movements this year, especially towards the bottom end of the ladder. As it seems like Flinders United just trying to build a little bit of momentum now.
I like it. They're sticking their bodies in, trying to win those 50-50 balls. That's football is actually not that hard if everyone is working hard and not making errors. I know that's hard. Sounds hard, doesn't it? But it's actually not that hard when you work hard and you follow the structure.
Flinders United coming forward now, and it's Maddicott. One of the ring-ins does well to beat the player and gets the cross off. Probably was floating around there, and then we see an opportunity for Flinders United, and
that's what we like
the crowd get behind them, and it can be the sort of thing to lift you a little bit. Now, going back to what you said, you confused me after that.
Yeah, I said it's not that hard, but it's hard. But yeah, so now what I'm trying to be smart, but I'm actually the furthest thing from smart. My philosophy on football is simple. You just do the simple things, but it's got to start with hard work. And hard work, there's no excuse for not putting in that hard work. So that's what I was trying to say, but I said it in my stupid way. So I apologise to all the viewers out there.
We got there in the end. It was eventually very well delivered. So
unfortunately, I confused half the viewers. On that note, I'll confuse you even more by saying earlier in the Apex Steel NPL, there was a draw between Salisbury Inter and Adelaide Comets. Salisbury Inter were actually winning 2-1, and then Comets, I think it was Kylie Pridham, scored in the 83rd minute and made it 2-2, which would have been an absolute great game.
Talk about young guns, by the way.
Absolutely young gun. And currently now at halftime.
Bit of a foot race on here to pick that up, and Flinders United do well. Get to it first. You talk about hard work. We saw a little bit there.
Yep.
Bit of hustle and belief and trying to chase that down and just making sure that West Adelaide need to maintain a certain work rate as well.
Yeah, and currently at halftime, West Torrens Burkalla are 2-0 up against Smodbury Vista. And after the 29th minute, Adelaide University are 1-0 up against the NTC Girls.
It's all happening tonight, and of course we've got one final game in the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia at TK Shuttle Reserve tomorrow, I believe.
Yes.
Just goes over Georgia Bolton in that instance, and West Adelaide win it back. They're keeping it very compact at the moment, Flinders United, and Bolton wins it again, and again they're off. Here's Adicott, who doesn't quite manage to get to it in time, but the ball's spending a lot more time in their forward half and opening up space. It's good to see a little bit more. I guess it was since they came together after that fourth goal, the attitude seems to be better, maybe a little bit more work rate. The communication seems to have lifted a little bit as well. Just saw that a moment ago, just in the midst of that throw-in.
It's snippets, and the coach can cut this up and review when he reviews the game and says, okay, well, look at this, look at that move. We clearly have it inside us. We can make this move, and this Westies team is hard to pick apart. But you know, every team does give you moments. It's the moments, can you take them? So, like I said, go back to your work, keep on doing your hard work, and take your chances if you get them. And yeah, that's all I can say. Metro Stars women are playing Campbelltown tomorrow in the Eastern Derby, Eastern Italian Derby.
Yamada does well to find her target. Now she's got 3 blue shirts to get through, and she's found Blackett amongst all of that. And probably in a little bit too tight an angle to get a shot off the left foot, and looked like a half cross to get it back, but just she was a little bit lonely up there in the end. And now Flinders United will come away from that with a goal kick.
Yeah, just go back and look at that footage if you get an opportunity. Nina was literally falling over, changed direction, went another way. Somehow the managed ball to stay at her feet, and then she played the ball out.
That was very impressive.
Just, you know, sometimes people refuse to see how lucky we are to see a player like this in this league. She is another level. And, you know, those that enjoy watching football can see how good she really is. And she's not the only one.
Players like her just make it look easy sometimes as well, and it absolutely isn't. But you see how great she is, how confident she is in the ball, how quick her decision making is. Yeah. It's just so impressive.
But people judge forwards by their craft and how many goals they score, but how many goals can you create? What movements can you make to create space for your players behind you, to the side of you?
Yeah, well, I think that's a little bit of a curse of being a forward. It's probably similar to being a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It's a very one-dimensional metric, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, your goalkeeper is only as good as the players in front of you. If they work hard and they deny space and block the shots, your goalkeeper is going to be an absolute superstar. So it's one of those things. But like I said, Nina, like many others from Japan, I was fortunate enough to work with Nano and Yuka Sasaki at Comets. By gosh, they just an absolute joy to watch, an absolute joy. So.
Back in an advanced position are Flinders United as they send that throwing in, and they win it back, and we'll get another chance to play it forward. That time it's cut off by West Adelaide, but Bolton comes in to try play it back into space. Again, we're seeing a bit more of that work rate. Yeah,
well, it's 33 minutes gone. I really do. Firstly, I must admit, I do miss that scoreboard because I have to keep on looking at my phone. So people at Westies, can you please reinstate a scoreboard of some sort, even if it's a wind-up one where it's done physically. We'd like to see that. if
Even
possible.
the one on the back of the trailer looked
Yeah.
pretty good that we had for the first little bit.
Yeah. So so 33 minutes gone. There you go. Bit of body work, unfortunately.
Speaking of scoreboards, One World LED
That's
for
the
all
place
your
you go.
digital display solutions. One World LED and Sportal systems for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions, if I want to be really specific about it.
Yes.
We're seeing West Adelaide just, I don't think they've played it back to Erin Murphy yet, so maybe just being a little bit more tentative with playing it out in that instance. Here's the sub, getting ahead to it. Right, plays it back. So again, West Adelaide just playing it back a little bit, maybe trying to be a little bit more patient. They've spent a lot more time defending over the last 10 minutes or so than we saw in the initial period, so they're just trying to wait their time a little bit as Flinders United sent one down. The intended target was Blessing Akpalu. He's still got it. He's Bolton, but the flag goes up.
Yeah, and people quite often say, oh, they're playing it out the back, they're doing this, they're doing that, and it's too easy, but it's actually not. Those one-touch passes, your body shape, the way you position your foot, the way you position your body, it's actually not easy. And when the team does flow and it goes from the back to the forward line and it's done smoothly, it is an art and it is trained.
And not every team has the ability to do it as well.
Yeah. And you know what? I think too many teams try and play a certain way and they don't actually have the players to do that. And I think, it's important. I think we've spoken about this in the other game. What can you do different to beat your opposition that is clearly not done? If you've got the same type of players, great. But if you don't, and you try and play the same way, well, there can be issues.
I think I remember that conversation. I think that might have been an offline one that we had last week when we were talking generally about West Adelaide women's over the last few years and just how the challenge is out for those teams to chase them at the moment. You can't just do what they do and try to do it better, because we'll come back to that as the ball comes in and Yamada comes up for it, but dealt with again by Flinders United. Not completely out of danger though. They will eventually clear though. Going back to that thought, you can't just try to do what they do, because they all already do it very, very well.
Yeah.
And they've had a lot of practice and been drilling it, so you need to change your approach. So how are you going to be show some initiative and implement a bit of a different tactic? And of course, sometimes that takes time. As the ball comes in centrally, and once again, cut off by Flinders United, and bending well at the moment.
Piper's actually playing quite high at the moment. Ellie Sparrow's just tucked back into her position. She got in quite well behind there, but watch Nina use this ball well. I just had to say commentator's curse on this, but lucky I didn't. But Piper did get the ball well. She did what you are. She got her head up, popped her head up, couldn't see her front post run, so she tried to hit the penalty spot, but that was defended quite well by Flinders. They had ladies behind the ball and clearly cleared it quite. They've dug in. They've shown a bit of backbone. Let's hope this continues for them, and Costa will not be happy that the Westies girls have not scored a couple more, but he will be happy with the scoreline, and his pockets won't be happy with a clean sheet though. The girls have a
the donut bet, is it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But as a coach, if your team's not conceding any goals, well, then you take that.
Flinders United still chasing that elusive one after we saw West Adelaide get up pretty quickly. That brace from Sparrow inside of the first 7 minutes, and then Yamada capitalising off that cross. She just had to be there and see the ball down to her feet and into the back of the net. So since then, that seemed to be a bit of a turning point for Flinders United, and a little bit more attacking over the last probably 15, 20 minutes now.
Yeah, and when you're 3-0 up, sometimes in your head you say, I'll just relax a bit. And that could cause some issues. that the pass is not 100%. They're not as sharp. They're you drop off your positioning.
A break here. It's Claudia Adicott in a running race. She has some support arriving in the middle as well. Blessing out Pally. She gets past Costanzo, who I think she was looking down at my notes there. Did Costanzo get the touch?
Costanzo,
yeah, because it will be a Flinders United corner.
Yeah, not many people get past Vic, and if they do, they feel it. So yeah, that was well done. They played it to her. She got 1v1. Try to go around Vic is not an easy task, and earned herself a corner. Put pressure on Westie's defence now.
Speaking of corners and talking about Costanzo, she scored off a corner a couple of weeks ago. I was at that game at Service FM Stadium, and I might come back to that in a second because we'll let this play out as Bolton sends it goalward. All white shirts in the middle though, but isn't cleared to complete safety yet. Now West Adelaide will charge forward. Just trying to make sure offside line there wasn't pushed by Macri, but now the flag go up. Probably just toes in. I'd say just go back to that point we made about the corner. Costanzo was the one that capitalised on it, and we're a long way away. It was a bit of a scuffle. We couldn't see who ended up scoring the goal, but no one celebrated from West Adelaide. So at one point I was thinking, was that an own goal? Even went back on the footage, tried to see who got it. And it was Vicky Costanzo, but just no celebration, just casually walked back. I think there might have been a sneaky little low five there. No fanfare with it. And
Vic, she celebrates a hard tackle more than a goal. Yeah, that says a lot about Vic. Yeah, she's absolutely brilliant. Having a left-footed centre back, tough on the ball, good with the ball at her feet, understanding of the game. Yeah, she's a good girl too, very good girl.
There she is, getting involved, providing a little bit of support in the midfield. Now the cross comes in from West Adelaide. A chance.
That's Maddie on 4. Maddie Wright.
Maddie Wright. One more for West Adelaide. Although we had seen a bit of momentum shift going the way of Flinders United, it didn't seem like they were completely dominating, and West Adelaide just have to be given that sniff, and all of a sudden they're able to capitalise, and we are getting closer to half time, but that gap widening.
Yep, 40th minute, 4-0. 41st it could actually be. Great interplay over here. Like I said, the simple stuff, the understanding of driving into space, the understanding of when she come and open up, the ball into the middle, then the ball out wide, the great run by Piper, having their head up, playing an excellent ball, and Maddie playing the ball across her body, across the goalkeeper. That just doesn't happen. You know, that's good understanding, good ability, good coaching, and it's 4-0.
Throw in for Flinders United. This stage, you spoke about sections of the game before, and at the moment they'll be just trying to keep that work rate up as high as they can, and just make sure they just hold the way things are currently until they get to half time. I mean, it would be massive if we could see a bit of a swing of the scoreline back their own way a little bit. That'd be huge for them. But West Adelaide just seeming like they've got the wind at their back at the moment.
Yeah, Till's not happy with that. She had possession, had the ball at her feet going forward. I think the referee said, I just blew it here. Just calm down, Tills. You'll be all right. This is not your class. This is my class. She is, by the way, a teacher, by the way.
I think I saw her giving you a little bit of lip on the near side before. As someone that knows her pretty well, is that in character from her?
I'm not saying anything. She's a winner. She doesn't like. She's played at a certain level for a certain amount of time because she's a winner. You know, very determined, good player, good technically. Yeah, and as a captain.
Flinders United battling through traffic there. They do well, and then it's some nice footwork from Adicott to get past. She's still got the ball. She's trying to do it on her own. A little bit of help arrives in Price. Eventually it's a loose ball that goes forward, and it'll be a goal kick that I'm sure Aaron Murphy won't be in a terrible hurry to take, as they would be happy to hear the halftime whistle.
Yeah, and the thing that I forgot to say as well that probably is the biggest factor in her talking back is she's playing for a Greek club. Everyone tries to talk back when they're playing for with Greek clubs. We're passionate, we're passionate people.
She's been watching and learning.
She's learnt that core trait from the Greeks.
We love the competitor, and it makes exciting viewing as well when we see that level of engagement too. Long ball comes over the top now. Looks like Yamada goes up for it. I don't think she got a touch, but not out of danger yet. Now Yamada's got it. Nice little step in the shot. That time from right doesn't get there, but I looked down at my notes at the wrong time there because there was still a loose ball there.
Yeah, just like I said, that vision. I mean, most players, 9 out of 10, would have seen, oh, I've created that yard of space in front of goal. Not Nina. She had her head up. She knew exactly what she played a beautifully weighted ball into Maddie. Maddie, once again, make the goalkeeper work, and the goalkeeper has been played very well this half.
She certainly had to work cut out for her, as have the centre backs, as they win that one back again high. Now they'll get a chance to try launch an attack. That one just goes by Palu, and West Adelaide can control things here.
I think we're getting close to red zone time. Referee's looking close to blow a half time pretty soon.
Nice ball forward from Costanza, and eventually it's received. A little bit of scramble for it. Here's Blackett. No chatting on that instance. She gets the job done, and now they got the job of clean up Flinders United, and they eventually come forward. There's Bolton and Adicott trying to get past Cosgrove.
Yeah, and as simple as she makes it look, Leonardo also does an exceptional job in the middle of the park. So just like watching Belgrade play in the centre, Farnley play, you know, just effortless, glides along the park, just breaks up play. Yeah, Notto's been doing this for a while, so and she's been playing very well this year, holding her position. So it's another one to add to the Westies catalogue of stars.
And you just gave a bit of a name drop to a team that I'm curious to see how they go tomorrow. FK Beergrove, they travel away to Adelaide City, and it'll be up there for you to check out on YouTube. FSA League's games. It might be worth getting the split screen going on, because they're all going to be kicking off at either 2:30 or 3 o'clock. So all the action is going to be there to check out, and even if you're at a game, to keep an eye on your phone. But that one's going to be an interesting one, because Adelaide City in 4th at the moment, FK Beergrove in 5th, and I think just the point separates them.
Yeah, look, it's that NPL is yeah, you could get, depending what team you get. I mean, last week, from my understanding, Adelaide City went up to play for an excellent squad and played very well, but only got a 0. Like, they only drew 0-0. Quite unlucky, I heard. So, you know, it's very, very tight.
Bolton trying to get past, and Murphy forced to dive. She disposes of it quickly, and West Adelaide will look to mount something in response. Tried to thread it through a couple of Flinders United players, but weren't successful. Maybe they will be on this follow-up though. Looks like it will be gathered up by Flinders United again.
Macquarie will win it back, as she always does.
We've been talking about work rate. She showed that in trying to win that ball back high. She wasn't content to just leave it there, even the dying moments of the first half.
There it is.
Right on cue.
Spot on.
4-0 the scoreline at Kilburn Sportsplex. 2 of the goals coming for the 7th minute from Sparrow. 24th-ish minute from Nina Yamada. That'll be on your screen right now. on Madeline Wright in the 41st minute. So 4-0 is the scoreline at West Adelaide and Flinders United in this fixture in round 9 of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia.
Your goal scorers, 2 for Ellie Sparrow, 1 for Nita Yamada, and 1 for the 100 gamer, Madeline Wright.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
G'day, Hamish here, reminding you everyone has a right to get home safe. There's no text, lost snack, backseat argument or hair emergency that's worth taking your eyes off the road for a moment. This is going to sound crazy, but not even a French fry. Keep your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and choose not to drive when you're tired, upset or under the influence. Pull over if you need to. And why not take a sec to pledge to drive so others survive? But again, later, when you get home.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
With RAA, proud sponsors of the RAA NPLSA. As Christoph Panendas wins that header, here's Tabaris. It's a touch, but eventually pulled by Vidmar. And French hits it again! French with the volley that Harpers could not save. Simon finds Mullen. Mullen hits one from distance, and it's in! Mullen with a screamer! Absolute worldie from Mullen.
Goal of the week for sure.
Who has probably just gone and won the game for Playford in the 92nd minute.
Irabona, and it's in the bottom right corner. Captain Fantastic, Aladdin Irabona, puts his side ahead late in this clash, and they are on their way to 3 points for the first time this season. You didn't know which way it was going to go, who was going to take it, but you knew the final action was going to be the ball in the...
Just trying to calm things down at the moment after that. Lapse in concentration. Ball over the top here for Stam. Will get there first. Will Riley Stam, and he'll chip in brilliantly. at the club of his youth. Riley Stam scoring the first in this one. And what a finish.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Still in the box, and it's another goal!
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local, and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, you know, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play, and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
welcome back to the second half from Kilburn Sportsplex. It is West Adelaide and Flinders United in round 9 of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League South Australia. Plenty of goals in the first half, and unfortunately for Flinders United, they were all going the way of West Adelaide. 2 before 7 minutes from Sparrow. Nini Yamada striking in the 24th minute, and Madeline Wright in the 41st. So how will Flinders United respond? We saw them, I guess, show a little bit more promise after conceding the 3rd goal, but ultimately West Adelaide were the ones to put one more away before half-time. Simon Jimenez and Theo Milonis on the commentary today. Theo, your read, and what are you predicting for the next little phase?
Well, my read is that I've got a sore neck looking to the left. I need the football footage to be on the right, but for Flinders' sake, I want them to. This 10 minutes is pivotal. That they try not to concede any more goals, because I fear the floodgates may worsen. So the coach would have probably had some stern words, but I can tell you for a fact, Westies will be saying it's 0-0. It's a coaching analogy. Let's go out there. It's another 45. Costa's got a deep bench. He'll be using that. So my read is we're going to see a lot more goals.
Well,
hope it's not too many for Flinders.
What we just saw was interesting, because both Flinders and Adelaide having a little bit of an extended huddle in the middle of the pitch. There would have been very different conversations, but I think nonetheless, both around the focus for West Adelaide, the challenge is just to make sure they're locked in and they don't let off the pedal, even if they do make those changes. And for Flinders United, it'd be a lot around mindset and trying to back up. We saw that lifted work rate, and spoke a little bit about how necessary that is, and I'd imagine that'd be the key message there as West Adelaide kick us off. Macri coming for a run there, but it didn't get to her.
It's one of the obviously a new kickoff move that they worked on. It's quite smooth until they pass that ball to Mac. It was well defended by Flinders there.
Just one sub to speak of. I don't think we saw any coming out of half-time, but we had that early one from Flinders United. But the player that came on was the player that was on the earlier starting 11 anyway. That was Leslie Queginer.
Yeah, well done. Again, I'm glad I don't have to say that name. I can barely say my name.
Time seemed to slow down ahead of me trying to get that out. But one of the many players that came into the starting lineup for Flinders United. Today's game, we mentioned before, Nicole Hobbs, Claudia Adicott, and Amy Benton in goal for Flinders United. A few of those names that we haven't seen as of late, but are back in the squad. And West Adelaide, a couple of big inclusions. Piper Cosgrove making a difference, and one on the bench that you spoke a lot about at halftime. You said look forward to seeing her when she comes on. We assume that we're going to see a late appearance from Abby Burns.
Yeah, I hope we see Burnsy today. I'm not too sure. I haven't spoken to Costa. I don't like to speak to find out what he's doing. It's none of my business really anymore. But I hope I do see a couple of minutes of Piper. Of Abby. Her uncle Tony said he got all the football ability from him, but clearly he's nothing from him. No, I do hope to see Abby. She's exceptional talent, and hopefully we all get to see her at some stage today, and if not this week, we'll get to see her, I'm sure, in the weeks going forward.
And she's been plying her trade in the NAA Division 1 in the USA for UAB Athletics, which I believe is University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Okay.
I think, which is actually a place I've been.
There you go.
It's very nice, Alabama.
Yeah.
It hasn't got the best reputation, but...
I've been to Birmingham, but in the UK.
A different Birmingham?
Yes.
Well, it's a very picturesque town, Birmingham, Alabama, because those old-style university buildings.
Alabama,
yep. My uncle was in the US Air Force, and he was stationed in a place in Alabama. So not the sort of place you go every day, but I'm glad I got a bit of a look at it. So
okay.
Put it on your list.
What major capital city is it close to? Put you on the.
So we flew into Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if anyone's putting Alabama on their travel list, maybe you're travelling to the World Cup and you're looking for an extra stop to make.
Just speak to Burnsy about that.
Yeah. well to find the target in that instance.
That's a
Flinders
better
United.
It's a better form of play, keeping possession, playing into space, moving the Westies defence around.
And Akpalu nice and patient there, just letting the Westies make that touch and play it out, but eventually it's lost. It looks like they will win it back though, courtesy of Bianca Gray. We were talking before kickoff a little bit about the key players for Flinders United that made their exit ahead of the season. Cote Rojas, most notable, but a couple of players coming in, and Bianca Gray, the number 15, one of them.
Vicky Juma,
also from Adelaide City.
And I think Vicky was in goal-scoring form, and you know, just looking at her play, she's got bucket loads of speed, and she's quite physical in her play. So defenders don't really like it if you're too physical on them, because they like to be physical on you. So yeah, she'd like to get right into your face.
Yeah, she's not in the lineup at all tonight, and she started last week, so not quite sure. There might be an injury or something.
She's watching on the sideline.
She's in the crowd.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was interesting to watch her with Adelaide City last year. There's times where it seemed like she was very alone up the front for them, and just limited opportunity to create much for them. And I guess it's maybe been a little bit similar with Flinders United at times, but a presence when she gets to play, of course.
Yeah, well, look, Adelaide City had a bit of a tough time last year. Yeah, and there's, you know, it's sometimes injuries hit at the wrong time. You know, squad depth. If you don't have the squad depth to deal with the clubs like the Westies, the Comets, the Salisbury Inters. Yeah, even Uni's actually got quite a strong squad. So yeah, it's quite interesting. Talk about Uni. We did mention earlier that Adelaide Uni were 1-0 up against them, and then then NTC scored 2 goals just before half time and made it 2-1. So they're currently winning 2-1 at half time, and the 81st minute Berks are 3-1 up against Vista. So there's some more results. I might mention as well, in the State League 1, a new coach, Eastern United, are 1-1 against Bull Eagles. And in the State League 2 South, in the Western Derby, Vipers versus Western Strikers, and Vipers won 2-0. I reckon the food would have been perfect there tonight.
Well, I spoke to a friend of ours, Johnny Kecko, earlier. That was the game that he was heading to, so no surprises there.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope the boys cooked him a Viper Royale. It's a special little focaccia. You must try it. Hope they still make it.
Noted for next time. Might have to have a look at the schedule next week. But now it's West Adelaide breaking. Just managed to keep it in, and Blackett just caught on the back foot, much to the benefit, I guess, of Flinders United. Now it's just been called up for a...
Yeah, I think it was
a...
Nah, yeah, it was a goal kick. I think the ball did go, according to the linesman, assistant referee, it did go over the back line. Piper needs to run just that fraction quicker.
You challenging her to a running race?
No chance.
We were just talking about injuries and how they seem to creep up a little bit more easily
I'm like
as the years go by.
I'm like a sloth. A slow one.
I think I'd beat her in an arm wrestle, but that's probably about it.
I wouldn't even beat her in that.
If there's a ball or any running involved, yeah, that's it. I'm second best.
But my claim to fame today is I beat a reception in a running race. Even though he said he caught me, I don't think he did.
West Adelaide on the charge again.
That was Sparrow trying to get the ball across there.
Georgia Bolton manages to keep it, but one back by Nicole Blackett and finds a little bit of support in Leonardo. Still attacking pretty relentlessly, West Adelaide. You can see them not content to sit off and let Flinders United hold possession and play it out from the back. They want to win it high and add to the tally.
Yeah, I think what we've seen quite early on in the second half is Flinders just closing the gaps, possibly closing the passing angles, and also Westies not that final ball just a little bit off. It's actually quite difficult to be 4 goals up and continue playing the same way. So they just, Costa won't like what he's seeing. He'll be demanding a little bit more. Yeah, so let's just see how it continues to pan out. But it's a good signs by Flinders. They're working hard.
Here they come. Palu makes a run. They choose to play it back instead. Get a few more numbers, and eventually it's a loose ball for West Adelaide to deal with. Now it's Flinders United's opportunity to apply a little bit of high pressure. West Adelaide seems to be comfortably dealing with that. Ends up being a bit of a loose ball forward.
It's a good drive. Just don't lose it. And they did.
Now West Adelaide's chance to respond. Macri started making a run, but the centre was the option. We're just seeing the Flinders United bench warm up in front of us at the moment.
The Westies dynamic duo, Tilly Macri. Tills will be really upset that Macri didn't continue running then, but she probably thought I wasn't going to get it. So she pulled up a little bit, and Tills was saying, all right, well, I've given you one chance. Where's mine now?
One in the bank.
Yep.
Something we mentioned during the first half, but I think it's worthy of a second mention, is a big milestone for a couple of players for West Adelaide. 100 WNPL games, which is huge. Hayley Wellington and Madeline Wright celebrating that milestone today.
Mac just getting slightly caught offside there. A bit eager. Just that vision again by Nina, just to play her in. I'm going to criticise Nina then. She could have played, instead of playing Mac, she could have played in the middle of the park. I think they were 2v1 in the middle of the park, but I'll go back and look at that and question myself in a second.
Well, there's always room for improvement, even for the 2025 Shirley Brown medalist. Golden Boot winner, of course, of last year. Should be on 9 at the moment for the year. It's Hallie. She's not leading the goal scoring ranks at the moment, but
yeah, Mac getting caught offside again. That's 3 in a row. I reckon Costa should put a fine for 3 in a row. Sorry, Mac.
Just getting up a little bit gingerly there. I'm not sure if.
Tilly's on the ball.
And the flag's down at the moment too. She just gets held up in the end, but wins it back. She might even be lining up for a shot. Does. Yeah. Amy Benton, despite the 4 going past her already, she's had a pretty impressive work rate and done a lot for Flinders United tonight.
Yeah, Tills, when she likes getting 1v1, and she can play out, she can play in.
Flags up.
Yeah, just Westie's a little bit too eager to try and. They actually are finding the passer, are breaking them up. Just got to watch that line when they're running through, so they can actually not get offside.
Well, time is ticking. You wouldn't happen to have the clock going there, Theo, by any chance?
I do. It's the 57th minute.
On the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Macri, but Amy Benton deals with it again. We spoke a bit about her during the first half, given all her involvement, but one of the incoming players for Flinders United. That time it looked like Flinders United were a little bit over eager to play it out.
Here's my prediction. Renaud's going to come on and play as a 5. Piper's going to go play as a right wing, and Mac's going to come off because she might be having a little bit of an injury. but what do I know?
Yeah, she did get up a little slowly after being caught offside on one of those instances. And, yeah, I don't think she's walking completely comfortably. Be interesting to see Cosgrove dashing up and down that right-hand side. And Renault was the player, the only change that the West Adelaide side compared to last week's Cup game. So safe to assume that we'll see the French-Canadian make a late appearance at least.
Yeah, I think she might be coming on soon. Yeah, I'd also say well done to Robson, the goalkeeper coach. Murph has been excellent with her feet today, so well done to Robson and Erin today with the use of her feet. Saying that, hopefully I won't put a curse on her.
Well won by McFarlane. We then find Madeline Wright. Nice ball slipped to Wellington. Gets past.
And that's Sparrow's hat trick. Sorry, I just took.
For Ellie Sparrow. And we have West Adelaide.
I tried to beat the commentator because he's normally too loud.
No, you did well.
I stole your thunder.
No, you've done absolutely fine. I'm having a hell of a time trying to read numbers today, so I'm very glad you jumped in that instance. You know, on the team so well. So well done to her. Hat trick, worthy of the call out, worthy of a celebration. Her first couple in under 7 minutes at the start, and great day out for her. Looks like we're going to see a change now for West Adelaide. One thing I was sort of, I guess, digesting from that was that ball came in for West Adelaide and that the initial touch missed. So I was sort of getting ready to say that the finishing shot wasn't there, but fortunately that supporting Sparrow was just behind and managed to put it in the back of the net. And
yeah,
that change for West Adelaide.
It was an excellent ball by Hayley. Once again, she got her head up. Nice ball across. It didn't hit Nina. Scribbled it, and then Ellie Sparrow, being Ellie Sparrow, just gets her third for the night.
Now, Macquarie's just, rather than go to the bench, she's gone straight through to the change rooms. So maybe the early observation correct.
Yeah, I was wrong actually. See, that's why I'm that far out of coaching. I've got no idea anymore. I was wrong. Renault went to left back, and Piper went to as an 11, and Ellie Sparrow, who was playing as a 10. I'll stop talking for a second.
Looks like that one's going to be dealt with by Annika Nielsen.
Yeah, Piper's gone out to left wing as an 11. Sparrow was playing as a 10, has gone out to a 7, and Tills has actually gone to 10. Well done by Piper.
Deal with it initially, but not completely. Flinders United. Here's Wellington. Shot, but off balance, and not an issue for Amy Benton to deal with.
Yeah, knowing Piper's dad quite well, we're both teachers. Feel sorry for us, no. And yeah, he said that Piper is happy to be home after New South Wales, and really enjoying being at Westies and being back home with family, mum and dad.
Northern Tigers, according to my research before kickoff today, was where she was spending a little bit of time. There's Yamada. Decided to have a shot all on her own. Maybe a little bit ambitious because it wasn't a bit of an angle, but she maybe saw Sparrow's hat trick and thought, let's go after it.
Yeah, I actually think she was trying to play a hard and fast ball into at a certain height, but I think she slightly hit the outside of her foot. Instead of bending in, it bent out. I don't know.
On the run as well, so a little bit difficult to make those adjustments.
Of her craft, many cannot talk about how good she is, so I'll let her to have that one off.
Benton assessing her options. She finds the head of Bianca Gray. Now it's Hobbs. He's dispossessed by Wellington. Here's Sparrow. Ends up back with Costanzo. He finds a option on the left-hand side. I believe it's Cosgrove there. The flag is down. Goes out.
I'm surprised it wasn't a corner, but obviously Piper got a final touch on it. Piper does love, has been coming off the bench and scoring some goals as well of late, starting today. So Costa's changed a couple of things up, keep the girls on their toes.
So tell us a little bit more about Piper Cosgrove's journey. She was at FSA at one point. Did she go straight from there to overseas?
Interstate, yes, she did.
So interstate, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, and I'll stop talking.
Nice ball from Yamada, and eventually a shot from Blackett. Blackett's final strike, probably not as crafty as Yamada in the lead up, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Piper apart from her dad talking to me and just watching her journey from the NTC. But yeah, coachable, can play in lots of different positions. I do know that when she was 12 years old, she represented South Australia at the state SAPSA's under 12 championships. I think she was a captain too.
Hobbs sends it central.
So there you go. Added some of that into it. I'll stop talking because there could be something on there.
Sparrow.
Yeah, so go back to Piper, yeah, and then obviously playing in the program, playing as a winger. They've developed her to play in lots of different positions, and I think, yeah, she can play in lots of different positions, as suggested. I think she may have even been a captain, don't quote me, at some stage. Put it on a couple of times through the program. Oh, Leah, that was Leah's ball from 20 metres away. She had her eyes on it. And then, yeah, she's obviously saw opportunity to go interstate. Possibly never worked out as well as she hoped. But, you know, I'm going to be quiet now.
Chance possibly here for Hobbs. Dealt with in the end by West Adelaide.
Mrs. Fix-It, Gemma McFarlane, she fixes all the problems. Yeah, so, yeah, that's her journey, and she's ended up at West Adelaide in a very strong team and a very strong squad, being coached by some very good coaches. So her game will continue to flourish, I believe, and we'll see what happens for the rest of this year.
In a moment, I'm going to tell you which talented female player from SA whose dad I worked with once upon a time.
Okay.
But I'll do that in a moment. We'll let this quarter play out. Here's Bolton. That will send it in. Drops well. Murphy comes out to clear it. Now it's Cosgrove that may get the break. A little bit of a hurried clearance. She was hoping to have enough speed to get onto it, but it's going to be picked up by Flinders United. Queganet, the name I've been struggling with all night. Apologies. All the way back to Erin Murphy.
I think you have not been struggling with it at all. Until she tells us off for not pronouncing her surname correctly, so apologies in advance. We try our best. Luckily Simon's saying it, not Theo.
Here's Yamada with a lot of space. The flag is down. And it's a brace. 6-0 the score now.
Yes, and that was, I must admit, an excellent through ball. I'm assuming that's Vic. And I have mentioned before on air, being on comms, that I don't like centre backs that play a ball that's straight and high in the air. But she played it beautifully, heavily, perfectly weighted into space. Nina just timed her run to perfection, and Nina does what Nina does.
Yeah, she was right on that line, and the first thing I did when I saw her receive it was look out for that flag, and it was down, which meant it was good. And 6-0 now the scoreline on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor LED solutions.
After the 67th minute,
67th. I guesstimated 65. Again, we already voiced our gripes that our scoreboard is gone.
Yeah, just following updates on an app. I'm probably 30 seconds off, but yeah, it's in and around that mark. I'm not going to say that number that they've put it down because my children say it all the time. I don't like it.
All right, I won't say it then.
And they say, Mr. M, you're so old. Yes, I know.
Flinders United would love to get one back. Chase seems a little bit beyond them at this point, but it was always going to be a tough outing for them. If they can get one against West Adelaide, it'd be huge. Sparrow.
It's an excellent one by Haley. Great ball by Ellie.
Wellington now just trying to shake her marker, get enough space to get the cross. In fact, she's happy to see it over and win a corner instead. That won't be a corner, it'll be a throw in. Now it'll be a corner.
Nina does that very well. She runs to the ball. The defender follows her and that marks them so tight. And then the last second, she just backs out of the way and gets a corner. I've seen her do that way too often to be, not practiced.
Just another symptom of the intelligence that we've seen from her all night.
Her football IQ.
Yes, yep, absolutely. Players in white will run in, and they do, and this will drop just at the edge of the 6-yard box. Bit of a scramble, and
I think that's Leonardo.
It's it up in, has it?
Yes.
West Adelaide's 7th.
Well, Nono is the call over the PA. That one's just dribbled over the line.
Yeah, it's at 7-0 after 69 minutes.
And it looks like we're going to see
double
substitutions on both sides now.
Harriet Burnett probably for Ellie Sparrow or Maddie Wright. And Piper Cosgrove for Tessie.
Burnett, the player in the number 9, going on at the moment. Number 3, Tessie Mitchell. Coming on for Flinders United will be Caitlin Zappler and Lauren Frost. Got to pause in the action now. I can get back to the story that I promised. I used to work with Charlotte Grant's dad.
Wow.
Yeah, AG, and he mentioned casually in passing one day that his daughter's not bad at soccer. He's a big time cricket man, cricket man, and apparently his daughter likes soccer. She seemed to be pretty good at that, and
pretty good.
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
Then. Eventually I made the connection when I saw that I finished working with him by that stage, but I see proud dad smiling next to his daughter in the advertiser, so she obviously went on to achieve some pretty great things.
Yeah, well,
continues to do so.
Go back to Piper's dad, Jason. He's an excellent PE teacher and a good man. So way better PE teacher than I'll ever be. So, we've got two things in common. We worked with people that were really good. So. Yeah, so 7-0 after 70 minutes. I did fear this a little bit, but still some time to go, and we haven't seen Abby yet.
Nice ball slip through, and it's 8-0 the scoreline. This one going to the sub. It's Harriet Burnett.
Yeah, like I said, time and time again, so many strikers would have created that space. Nina created that space and hit it with her left foot, but her ability and her vision to play in Harriet, and Harriet finished it. So, it's 7-0, and she's still doing things like that. It's just an absolute pleasure.
Unfortunately for Flinders, not their night, and also in the reserves, it was a pretty significant score difference. 10-0, I believe it was.
Clearly, I've lost count because I clearly said 7, but it's actually 8.
It was 7 up until the point that she scored the goal, so you were correct. Yeah. I was hanging off that, but nah. Here's the sub we've been waiting for. Abby Burns will be coming on.
Yeah, so what will happen, Abby will come and play as a 10, and probably Bella Nelligan will play as a 9.
Nicole Blackett will call it a night. One of our fellow commentators misspoke the other week and called Bella Nelligan Nella Belligan.
Oh, there you
which
go.
Which the child in me just thought was the funniest thing ever. So if I accidentally say that tonight, it's because I'm still secretly thinking that in my head.
Yeah, just think of Belle the movie and just say Bella.
Former Northern Demons.
Yes.
Bella Nelligan.
Yes.
Port Pirie.
Reserve Player of the Year last year. Costa's done well to get her into the squad. Has scored some goals as well. Can score goals. There's a lefty.
Well, seeing as the goals are flowing tonight, she'd love to add one more to the tally. I'm sure she's probably thinking it's in the air. Nice ball through, and maybe this is a chance for Mitchell. Cuts back. And again, got another touch to it, and there goes the whistle.
Yeah, just her ability to have a shot, and then, you know what, the defender got it, and then she literally really quick-minded, got the ball, tried to have a shot again, and got fouled. Who's going to take this penalty? Probably Harriet Burnett.
It is. So imagine coming on,
scoring 2 goals,
just shy of the 70th minute mark and grabbing 2. She has to put this away, of course, though. Amy Benton has been kept very busy tonight. It'd be pretty remarkable if she can also add a penalty save to her efforts tonight as well. And she does. And Flinders United deal with that.
Great save by the goalkeeper. It's a little bit disappointing by Harriet, but she actually put it on target, so you can't blame her. But a great save by the goalkeeper. She's in the top 3 for today.
Yeah, if you talk about individual efforts, it's been huge from her, and if you went purely on scoring metrics, her name couldn't be in the conversation, but she's been kept so busy, done so much. And realistically, I think there was about 3 in quick succession in the first half that could have nearly been goals. I think 1 went wide, 1 hit the post. I think there was a save in there as well. But yeah, she's been kept very busy and been a big impact in her with her inclusion into the side for tonight.
Well, knowing Harriet, she'll work hard and she'll make up for that, as she just did then. She'll just battle away. Penalties are missed, but at least she got it on target. She would like to have that one back, but you know what? People miss penalties. When you're 8 goals up, it's okay. Penalty.
Is that going to be a message from Costa?
No.
No. We can say that as commentators.
Yeah, but I must say one thing: as a coach, when my teams that I worked with had a penalty, I never watch. But now, as a comms person, I enjoy watching penalties because I don't mind if they score or miss.
Well, fortunately, as a commentator, we try to be as impartial as we can, but if you're emotionally invested, penalties are just torture sometimes.
Yeah.
Palu wins it high. She's under a fair bit of pressure at the moment from Mitchell. Gets away. There's a bit of a call for something there.
Play the whistle, girls.
There goes that cross, and Bolton wasn't close enough. You said it there, play the whistle. There was a little bit of an appeal which allowed Palu to make a little escape there.
Yeah, just on the sidelines, Costa's having a bit of a word to Nina. Nina's probably upset that she didn't do enough in one game. Costa's saying, it's okay, Nina.
You got 2, you did very, very well.
Yes.
I said in the first half, and we're talking about Nicole Blackett, we love a competitor.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? You know, it's probably what makes good players better. No matter how good they do, they want to do better, and they want to do better, and they want to do better. So can't begrudge any type of player that wants to keep on improving. So
that's a good point. That is a good point. I do hope that when you get that type, sometimes you do get a player like that though, and you think sometimes, can you stop and smell the roses?
Yeah,
sometimes you're just going to be happy with the work, the day's shift.
Yeah, you do, but I suppose that's what retirement's for. You can enjoy it. Hopefully, God gives the opportunity to become a parent or a godparent somehow, and she can tell all these wonderful stories to those around her of what she used to do on the park. and hopefully inspire another generation.
Ball switched by West Adelaide. It's at the feet of Mitchell now. Plays it back to Wellington. Burnett seems supercharged to make a little bit of a difference.
Yep,
after
absolutely.
that pen. Of course, she did get that goal earlier. Wellington again. This time she finds Mitchell once more. Just trying to evade McDonald Hall at the moment. Cross comes in, but not to target in the end.
Every time I see Tessie, I just think of the cup final. I'll stop talking. Think of the cup final when we Westies. When I was part of the coaching group when Westies played the NTC in the final, winning 1-0, and Tessie came on. I'm not too sure what time she came on, and she got the winner. She had the ball at in the final. She in the far right. She crossed the ball, and she scored. She said I went for a shot, but then she said, no, I actually tried to cross it. So that sealed the 2-0 win.
Seen in that time, it's possibly mishit, sort of out of the way of everyone. Bit of a try from range from West Adelaide.
Yeah,
Doesn't come off.
Haley had that lined up. She was telling Bella, get out of the way, get out of the way. I want to shoot, I want to shoot. So obviously took a slight defection on the way over. Trying to work out the set piece move that Robson's got the Westies girls to do. They have scored from a couple of set pieces tonight, I think, or have they? Well, I know they scored at least from one of them.
Yeah, there was off one of the more recent ones was a corner. Comes in. And one of the West Adelaide players came flying in, but the header goes over the top. I think we saw another one earlier in the first half go over the crossbar as well.
Yeah, it was, I think Vic headed it then onto the Flinders defender's shoulder, and it went over. Once again, Bella, left footer.
That's a good delivery. Right in a danger zone. Has it gone over? The flag's up.
Yeah, I think it has. Yep. It's a goal. Not too sure who they're going to give that to. They might give that to Bella, or they might give that to Gemma. I'm not too sure.
Well, unceremoniously, it's made 9-0.
Bella. Yes, why not? As the commentator, as the ground announcer states. I think a couple of the girls did go up to Gemma, but I think it was just a weight of numbers, and yeah, they gave the goal to the corner taker. Yeah, it's 9-0 after 81 minutes.
9-0 now, the score that it was in the reserves when I got to this to the ground today to set up, so still a little bit of time, so it's a little bit concerning that the damage could go into double digits. Can Flinders United just see this game out and not have any further damage inflicted, I guess, is the challenge. And then following this game, just trying to rally around each other and not let this dent the ego. I mean, the run they've had at the moment, you think it's probably a little bit damaged already, but, you know, that's a little bit of a hole you can go down, isn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a challenge for the Flinders United team and Justin Evans as well, just to make sure that they can look to respond.
It can be quite demoralising, but let's put things in perspective. It's first versus last. And Westies don't really care who they're playing against. They've got their foot nailed down the accelerator every single game. It's just it's in their DNA, in the coaching DNA, that they want to score, and if there's a chance to punish, they punish. And they may have seen a score last week or the week before from Salisbury beating Flinders 8-0.
8, yeah.
And they said, okay, well, that's 8. You can take your 8, and here's another one. That's 9.
Another double substitution coming for Flinders United. Charlotte Nip and Chloe Vanderwater will be coming on. Blessing Palu will be coming off, as will
Can't see that number.
There's a 3 in front, I think I saw.
Okay. Number
There
99.
it is, 99. I wasn't even close, Nicole Hobbs.
Maxwell Smart, 99.
While we've got a little moment, one thing I've been meaning to do is just have a bit of a look at the live ladder situation, because all but one of the games playing out this afternoon. I think everything else should just about be done now.
NTC at 2-2. Adelaide Junior have found an equaliser. I'll stop talking because there's a dangerous situation here. So.
West Adelaide continue to try to add to that scoreline. Ball comes in from Costanzo. Flinders United should clear here.
Yeah, so currently looking at the live ladder, Westies are 9 games played, 27 points, plus 32 goal difference. You take that. And Flinders are 9 games played, 1 point, minus 32 goal difference.
Positions 2 through 4 are pretty interesting. All those games are done and dusted for tonight. So West Torrens McCullough in second at this moment, 19 points. Salisbury Inter on 18th. Adelaide Comets in 16th. So
Westies opening up an 8-point gap.
That's big, and to be 9 from 9 as well. You've been around West Adelaide for a while. How does that compare historically?
Look, undefeated last year. I think that we only had there was 1 draw last year from memory, and that was a Comets. That could have gone actually either way. Yeah, how does it compare? Well, they're undefeated and they've won 9. So, you know, they're hitting, they're hitting some KPIs, you know, and they're a quality squad. You know, I'm not going to continue talking, saying the same rhetoric, so I'll be quiet and just let the football play out in front of you.
Burns fighting to keep it in that danger zone. Eventually the shot comes.
Bella Nelligan, yeah.
Bella Nelligan trying to do some damage and make a bit of a stamp late.
Yeah, Burnsy saw an opportunity, slid across, played it to Bella. Better try to create that little bit of space. And goalkeeper, once again, another good save.
One thing I didn't call out earlier, but I have had in the back of my mind throughout this game, is the pink ribbons in the hair. I'll come back to that in a moment as this falls just shy of the front post. I'd
try to score
looks
again.
Like it must have gone. Yeah, looks like it has gone in and out. But ladies' night at Kilburn Sportsplex. So I believe pink and purple are the colours. So I can see a couple of pink ribbons and a little bit of purple in the group in front of us.
Yeah, Female Football Week. Still on.
Yeah, we had that big triple header at Service FM Stadium. Over the first 2 pitches, and all sorts of other activities happening with the juniors, and there was an all-female referee course happening as well. So it was good to see that to start off Female Football Week. And I mean, we're seeing the best of the best when it comes to local women's football here with this amazing West Adelaide side.
Yeah, they've managed to score some good goals today. Probably had a lot saved as well. Be interesting when you go back, have a look at all the facts. That's a little bit of aggression, probably not required. Hopefully Hayley's okay. She's really tough, Hayley.
I think maybe just slightly off balance there, Hallie, as well, that it really sort of, she got the full brunt of it.
Yes,
she was sort of skipping through. But
yeah, Hayley's dad probably kicks her harder in the backyard. And she's got a brother that plays for Cumberland, I think. So, yeah, she's...
that's nothing.
Nah, that's nothing.
She bounced up.
The only difference is at home we've got grass, here we've got artificial. So, no, she'll bounce back. She's really tough. She's a good girl too. So,
bit of a shout for handball. Seemed like it came more from the crowd than on the pitch.
Oh well, you're 9 goals up. You're probably not going to get that decision.
How are we looking time-wise at the moment, by the way?
I will let you know right now. It's the 88th minute. So it was 4-0 at half-time. 4-0 at half-time.
Yeah.
So in accordance with probably what may happen is there have been at least 5 goals scored. So you'd think there haven't been any injuries apart from that one just then. So you'd think there'd be at least 4 to 5 minutes of extra time.
I have seen it other times, though, if it's a dramatic difference, that sometimes the whistle goes right on 90, but we'll
what do I know?
See what happens. It's all up to Cameron Joy, official referee for tonight, assisted by Taylor van der Hoeven and Tom O'Caddy. Flinders United trying to create something late, but...
First corner of the night?
Is it? No, they had one earlier, I'm sure of it.
Maybe.
I think. Stats will come up on your screen at 90 minutes and we can figure out who's right and wrong.
I think you're right. I think they have had one, yes, because Aaron came and punched it out. Could be the third, actually.
Sent in. Looks like West Adelaide will clear. One back by Flinders United, but still under a little bit of pressure at the moment. Burnett's floating around. Now Wellington gets involved to win it.
Aaron will see that out.
No, kept it in.
Just kept it in. Wants to keep the ball in.
Wellington didn't quite make it all the way to Mitchell on that occasion. A little bit unfortunate. Up from Charlotte Nip there, and it goes out.
Yeah, it's time going away from us now. We're definitely in red time now. It's 90 plus minutes of football played. It's up to the referee's discretion now for how long left we have. Expecting at least one more Westies attack. Will it end up in a goal? We'll soon find out.
Looks like they've got a similar idea. Here they come. Here's Burns. With Mitchell. Flinders United doing their best to just make it difficult for her. Mitchell again, the flag is down.
Found some space.
Trying to find a little pocket to feed it through to Hayley Wellington, but it's cut off, and now it's going to be Flinders United who mount a late charge. Fed to Vanderwater. She's got a couple of options in the middle.
Yeah, Lauren Frost, I think.
Lauren Frost did get a touch to it, but unfortunately encountering some traffic on the way as well, so it goes out, and I'd imagine that Erin Murphy wouldn't be in a terrible hurry to clear this.
Yeah, well, all the people watching at home can't complain about not seeing enough goals tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a long highlight reel, I think.
We can complain is goals. You definitely have seen them, and if you paid to come today, you would have got your money's worth.
I think the context of this game, you know, we're all a little bit worried for Flinders United going into this, and we saw it play out probably how we expected to. And unfortunately for West Adelaide, probably meant it will they miss out on the fanfare, but they've got something to celebrate now. A big 9-0 victory, and probably more importantly, 9 from 9 so far, which is massive.
8 points clear.
Massive. Yeah. So big result for them. The journey continues for Flinders United to try turn the tide with the way things are going at the moment. But Costa Jarek, he'll go into the change rooms. He'll have some constructive things to say still. But overall, they can be very pleased with their efforts tonight, West Adelaide.
Yeah, it's Krispy Kreme getting another win this week. Yeah, it's another 3 points, another clean sheet. You take that, move on. And who do we face? It's game by game, week by week. Get some more minutes into some more girls. Hope Macquarie's okay. I saw her go up the race. I know Emma Ryan was standing on the sideline. She's probably not that far away, being injured. So, yeah, the Westies machine continues.
Going to really quickly give another shout out to the goal scorer, Sparrow with the hat trick. Yamada got 2 in the end. Wright, Notto, Burnett, Nelligan all finding their way on the score sheet. We better say goodnight before we get cut off. All done from Kilburn Sportsplex, round 9 of the Apex Steel Women's National Premier League, South Australia.